Myself, Dr. Rajendra Dubey, Professor Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, here presenting one of the initial part that should be understood when we are discussing the mobile communication or advanced mobile communication as the frequency and channel specification of IS-95. The outcome after learning this about IS-95, at the end of this session, the students will be able to explain the concept of the frequency of IS-95 and the channel specification of IS-95. Contains just the introduction and the frequency channel specification of IS-95. We are discussing the introduction. The code division multiple access offers many advantages over the time division multiple access and the frequency division multiple access. Now, in the initial part, the understanding of multiple access is not observed because we are just making the use of concept. What is a multiple access? Within the frequency band specification, we are allocating the number of subscribers, how to make the adjustment of the subscriber at various frequencies of channels F1, F2, F3 up to whatever may be the channels where the subscriber they are giving the allocation of the particular frequency band as well as the time division multiple access. Certain time has been allotted, time slot has been allocated, and that within that time and time slot we are using the concept of TDMA. US digital system, cellular system, they are defining the CDMA which has having the important application as increasing the capacity, that is allocating the value number of subscribers within the frequency band, and certain standards had been designed, and that standards we are now calling as IS-95 defined by the US Telecommunication Industry Association. The one more standards it is used initially as IS-136. The IS-95 was designed to be compatible with the existing analog cellular system frequency band. Now they are defining the cellular system but using the concept of the analog cellular system. Mobiles and base stations can be produced for dual mode operation. Let us see what is that dual mode operation. That dual mode phones were available in 1994, and use of this dual mode phones as of 2001, there are over 18 million CDMA subscribers worldwide. They are using the mechanism to use within that particular concept of CDMA. Now IS-95 allows each user within the cell to use the same radio channel, and users in adjacent channels also use the same radio channel. So this is a direct sequence spread spectrum system. That is the allocation of the particular radio channel and allocation of number of users with the adjacent channels. They are available with the same radio channel. That is a specification or the advantage of IS-95. TDMA is completely eliminating the need for frequency planning within the market. Of subscriber that has been used for mobile system. Now to accommodate that, there should be a correct frequency planning should be available in CDMA, and to give the transition from what they are using amps to CDMA, the IS-95 channel occupying the frequency 1.25 megahertz of spectrum on each one-way link or utilizing the frequency allocation and providing number of users within that system. Hence, the mobiles and base stations are using the system CDMA system, which the AMPS carrier must provide 270 kHz guard band, typically the 9 amps channel on each side of the spectrum dedicated for IS-95. Now we are having again the number of cellular standards where user data rate is very important, and that is changing with respect to the real time. IS-95 we are having the voice activity and the other requirements in the network. That IS-95 uses different modulation technique and spreading of the technique for the forward link and reverse link. On the forward link, the base station simultaneously transmits the user data for all the mobiles in the cell by using different spreading sequence for each mobile. A certain code, we are calling that code as pilot code, is also transmitted simultaneously and at the higher power level, allowing all the mobiles, all the subscribers to use the coherent carrier detections while estimating the channel conditions. Now here coherent carrier detection, it is observed for that particular pilot code for estimation of channel condition. Again, it is a big parameter that can be used in the IS-95 on the forward link. On the reverse link, all the mobiles respond in an asynchronous fashion and ideally a constant signal level due to power control applied by the base station. This the speech coder that has been used in IS-95 system. It is the code defined with the frequency 9600 BPS with code excited linear predictor coder. The original implementation of this coder detects the voice activity, that is making the communication from one MS to the other MS or one to the number of MS within that particular system or cellular system and reducing the rate up to 1200 BPS during silent period, that is there is no communication between the two MS. The intermediate data rates also available. It is 2400 and 4800 and 9600 bits BPS also used for special purpose. Now if you can go for IS-95 as a specification and the channel specification, the IS-95 basically used in the frequency band 824 to 849 MHz and 869 to 894 MHz for the forward link, and previously what we are defining, it is for reverse link operation. So both for forward and reverse link there is a separation of a frequency 25 MHz as 824, 849 for reverse link and 869, 894 for forward link. A PCS version of IS-95 can be designed for the international use. It is in the frequency range 1800 to 2000 MHz band. A forward and reverse channel pair is separated by 45 MHz for cellular band operation. Many users share a common channel for transmission, that is the maximum user data rate is 9.6 kbps. The user data in IS-95 it is defined with the chip rate 1.2288 mg per second and total spreading factor of 128 has been defined for this combination of technique. Forward link, the user data stream is encoded using a rate half convolution code interleaved and spread by one of 64 orthogonal spreading sequences. Each mobile in a given cell is assigned a different spreading sequence providing the perfect separation among the signals from different users. To reduce the interference between the mobiles that use the same spreading sequence in different channel code is provided on a forward link so that each subscriber within the cell can determine and react to the channel characteristics while employing the coherent detection. And on the reverse link, a different spreading strategy is used since each received signal arrives at the base station having different propagation path, a path provided between transmitter and receiver. The base station specific codes having the periods 2 raised to 42 minus 1 chips and 2 raised to 15 chips respectively. Combination of both this can be used for the transmission and the reception. Receiver exploits the multi-part time delays in a channel and combines delayed replicas of the transmitted signal in order to improve the quality. Mobile receiver combines the signals from the two basic stations in the same manner what it could be combined associated with different multipath propagation. So here the data has been provided, the parameter and the rate. So these are the two references: wireless communication by Rappaport and mobile and personal communication systems and services by Raj Pandey. Thank you.